It's always a goal of mine ever since I was a kid. I wanted a farm. I wasn't raised on a farm, but I worked on a farm as a teenager and I had a couple uncles that had farms, and some of them think I'm nuts, but anyway, this is something I always wanted to do, and yeah, I enjoy farming. So we got our first sheep in about 1990 or thereabouts, and started off with a small flock, about 50 ewes. We wanted livestock that was a little smaller, a little easier to handle. And sheep seemed to fit that. So initially it was Marilyn that thought maybe we should have a few sheep. Well, we started off with 50, and yeah, then the bug gets you and you keep them back and you grow the flock, and yeah. You see yourself as stewards and being responsible for what you do. Certainly I've seen the benefits of rotational grazing. We practiced it for years, but we had some issues with the way it was set up, and it got to the point where it just wasn't working. Being able to set this system up the way we have it now, I think we got most of those bugs out. The project we did was using smart fence, and they're made in such a way that they're easily put up and taken down. That's the beauty of the system. We don't have to have enough of fence to do everything because we steal from one field to use it in another. Yeah, in order to understand the benefits for me this year, people need to understand how dry it was. I think it was roughly about a third of normal moisture. And from early May right through until about mid-August, we had very little rain. So we were getting to the point where the back field paddocks in there were all grazed off, and it just looked like straw stubble. It was so dry. But if I'd have been just grazing wide open fields without breaking them up into rotational paddocks, I would have been out of feed. I'd have been in big trouble because this year there wasn't a lot of hay to be had, and I would be feeding my winter hay this time of year, and that's not a very good scenario. So it really saved my hide this summer. For the types of plants that we want that are useful for us in a pasture, we're looking for these kinds of flowers that, there's something in there right now. For these kind of flowers that the bees, and on certain days you can be out here and you can just hear the buzz. They'll just be buzzing. Grass close to the ground, that's where your nutrition is, so there should be lots of really good quality feed here. I found the SARFIP program incredibly simple to be a part of. Basically simple right from the get-go. I think the way the SARFIP program is designed, it encourages farmers to work together as a team with, you know, some of these program goals. And if that's put out there as a team effort, I think you'd find a lot of farmers quite willing to cooperate with that sort of a thing when there's a benefit to both sides. Yeah, I would recommend it because I think it's a win-win situation for producer and the program, and the simplicity. Yeah.